Okay, so this one, I'm not going to really have much of a call to action for me. It's going to be more for you. I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to challenge yourself and prime your pump for success. And how does that look? Right now, I jumped in, did not actually plan to do this a couple of days ago. A matter of fact, when this whole video challenge came out, it was just going to be Harry, and I was going to cheer him on. You know, me and the rest of our buddies were going to, yeah, go for it, Harry, do your thing. And then, some kind of way, like Harry usually does, he started inspiring folks to do this video challenge. So, uh, one of my mentees and coachees, if you will, she jumped in, and I didn't realize that she was going to jump in the way that she did. And then she mentioned me in that whole process, and I said, well, I should probably jump in too. And you know, it's funny because now I'm almost at 20 videos in these couple of days, and I've got this idea of what this thing is going to look like. And I see a momentum developing between me and the others who are now jumping in to do this challenge. TC Cooper is now doing it. She's doing a couple of videos a day on her page, Faith Focus Flow. And she did a phenomenal video this morning. I was able to catch it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I was glad that I was up for it. And Shauna, she's doing her videos, getting really comfortable, getting in front of the camera. And here's the thing is that, and this has been without fail for years. And I've been doing these challenges and conducting challenges like this for years. This, again, is one that I'm jumping in on that one of my good friends, Harry, the big dog Jameson, created. And every time that I participate in it, I get better. And every time that I see folks participate in these challenges and they really, really put in the work, they get better. And it changes, it literally transforms their lives and it transforms their businesses. So if you were wondering how something so simple as doing a live stream can do that for you, let me explain how that works. You see, we have these constraints, and these constraints will stop us from doing the things that are uncomfortable. And I've had a really good conversation with my friend yesterday, and we were talking about the way in which we avoid things. And a lot of times we think it's because we don't want to get judged, but in actuality, it has nothing to do with the judgment. It has to do with the fear of being rejected. And if you don't watch it, if you don't, you know, be mindful, if you're not mindful of that, you can keep yourself from actually living your life and from being successful or as successful as your business can be because you allow the fear of rejection, the fear of the no, keep you from doing what you need to do in order to get very comfortable in the medium of communication. Communication, when it's done well, it creates a space that not only business can be conducted, but friendships and lifelong friendships can be forged. And when you approach it from the standpoint of, I've got something in me that God has gifted me with, and because of that gifting, I know that I'm supposed to share it. And in sharing, in so doing, I will engage and impact the lives around me in a way that will be so profound that it will send a ripple effect, a domino effect from me all the way out to everybody that they touch and everybody that they touch touches. So it's like this wave of transformation. So when you approach it from that perspective and you know that you've got a piece to somebody else's puzzle and you are willing to share that piece and not get in your own way of getting so nervous because you're so focused on yourself that you refuse to deliver the value to those around you, when you can get past that hump, the nervousness literally goes away. You don't get tongue tied, and if you do, you don't care because you know that ultimately, tongue tied or not, what you've shared is going to benefit the life whoever listens to it. You don't look at the numbers. You don't look at, well, I only had one person or I had nobody on my live stream. You don't care because you know that whenever, whoever gets there, it's going to be the proper message, the timely message, the message in season for their season. Okay? I'll say that again. It's going to be the message in season for their season whenever they show up to the broadcast, whether it be live or they catch it on replay or they catch it a year or 2 years from now. You never know when the message that God has given you is going to transform a life. You just have to be diligent in delivering that message. So I want to encourage you, take the challenge, challenge yourself, prime your own pump to success. Okay. Because if you don't do it, nobody can do it for you. I mean, you can pay people, but ultimately they can only do so much. Your voice can only be replicated but so far. But it's never going to be as good as your voice coming through your voice. See, I as a writer, I as a producer, I can speak in other people's voices. And they're like, wow, Jason, that sounds so much like me. But it still does not hold a candle to when they speak in their own voice and when they feel valid enough to say, you know what, I'm going to step out of my fear. I'm not going to get caught up in what if I get rejected. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get caught up in, wow, this information is going to change somebody's life. I'm going to share it. I need to share it. I have to share it. I can't sleep until I share it. And then you share it. Okay, I'm walking my talk right now because I've not been to sleep yet because I did not get my videos done when I got in last night from going to one of our friends' sukkahs for the Feast of Tabernacles, our Sukkot. So I was committed and I am committed to getting my videos done. So I stayed up to knock these out. You should be doing this for your marketplace. You should be doing this for your business or your enterprise. You should be connecting regularly with your community. If you're not doing it, you, my friend, are doing your community a tremendous disservice because your voice may be the only voice that they can hear the message that God gave you to share. And if you refuse to share it, then they don't get that benefit. And if they don't get that benefit, then whose fault is that? It's not theirs because God gave you the voice. So I want to encourage you to use the God-given talents that He's given you to share with your world the value that you've been placed here to share. I want you to impact lives. I want you to structure what you're doing with a plan so that you can show up consistently in order to deliver to your marketplace what they need so that they can get to their next best level, as my friend Dr. Stacy NC Grant says, the next best version of themselves. You're a part of that. All right. So on that note, if this message has found you well, if you resonate with it, if you're feeling this message, I want you to go ahead and share this message out until you get that voice and you get that validation for yourself that you can start sharing from your voice to your world. Share this out so that it can encourage the next set of people to do their best, to be their best, and to share their value to their world. I'll catch you later.